song. So here you go.
Because Chris had to get up for a moment, and Chris walks funny, and he don't like people to watch him walk.
Well, passing beyond with a long road winds, a chrome heart thunder, two-wheeled best friend, leather jacket flapping, radio loud, Southern Fried Radio, crank it proud. Midnight DJ with a rebel grin, spinning hot, smelling gasoline. Born for speed, born for sound. Texas wind when he's tearing through town. Kickstand up, engine scream, static fades into wild dreams. When that mic goes levitate, you know the ride's about to begin. Ride it, ride it, ride it. Texas wind in his face. DJ takes a loaded show. No brakes, no case. Wild crazy biker, freedom on blast. On the fried beach, flying just as fast. From the open road to the radio spin, he don't chase the night, he rides within.
Told ya. Keep it up. I'll play the other theme. I'll play my song from Southern Fried. This is Mayhem, Amigos After Dark. Welcome, one and all. Sorry for the late start. I was dealing with work stuff, and we were telling stories and having a good time. Adam was involved with some of those.
Yeah. Which I still think we should bring your.
Hey, Jeff.
Yeah, we should really bring in Jason so that you guys can do some story time.
We should.
One of our shows.
Oh God, Jeff's like, do you guys know what you call a redneck with a check? It's a Texas Tech. No, Texas Tech is a school that thinks they can play football because they're still in the Big 12, but they don't see us every year. Hook 'em horns, baby. My God, dude. And just, yeah. Jason and I get to talking, but we were, and as Adam will, for probably the first 15 minutes he was on there, we were actually talking business.
Yeah.
And discussing what's going on with my students and where we're at and who's going to be ready to test when I get back and things like that. You know, he's like, well,
sound like a bunch of fucking idiots.
And he goes, well, what about this Chris guy? I'm like, yeah, no, he'll never be able to test. He can't even.
Excuse me, I passed a CDL class that had a 90% fail rate.
Hey, you wouldn't pass mine.
My dad was a trucker for 45 plus years. I
was your
spent
dad.
the better part of my Joe Dirt half-assed childhood riding shotgun in a Freightliner. Don't tell me I can't drive a fucking truck.
Legally? No, you can't.
Today, legally, no. I don't have my CDLs anymore. I used to. I used to haul fucking cattle across Oklahoma.
But I was like, nah, he ain't going to test.
Hey, that line's about me, right?
He's getting too good at laying his bike down and busting up his fucking legs. We don't need him trying to test in a manual.
I was going to say that line there on that song, that's about me, White, right?
What?
One crazy biker till the day he dies?
No.
Oh. Well, y'all know, I am hosting bike night tomorrow night.
I did see that. That's actually pretty cool. So what do you got going on there?
We're going to have a bunch of bikes from all over Western Kentucky come show up. It'd be pretty badass if we could get a couple of bikes to ride up from Texas and to show up. But, hey, maybe we'll have a show for that later on this year.
You know, that's something that maybe we could put into the works.
I'm going to send you guys another. I'm gonna send you guys another something in just a minute here because I have something else bad ass going on.
And the reason I bring it up is maybe for something later this year is I have like 5 other instructors now at the campus that they all ride.
Oh hell yeah!
Okay.
And then there's a veterans club that I hang out with that they ride. And they would probably be willing to come on up. I mean, me, I'm kind of allergic to Kentucky.
Don't be
Don't be?
Kentucky. If Kentucky can be really nice.
No, I'm not arguing. I say it in jest. I'm not arguing that. I'll tell you what I am allergic to, though. I'm allergic
bullshit.
to the fucking Illinois state budget that just passed.
Because I'll tell you what, man, some of the most beautiful scenic drives I have ever taken in my life, and you're talking to a guy that's literally driven across America, but some of the most scenic shit is right here in Kentucky.
So I'm looking this. You're gonna bear with me a little bit. I'm looking this guy up. But I mean, this budget that Illinois passed. Everybody lives in Illinois. All of our fans and listeners in Illinois. You have my sympathy.
Well, it's beginning to sound like it's not going to include the Bears.
Oh no, the Bears are just damn near committed to getting out.
Yeah.
I have never thought in my entire life that I would ever say the words the Hammond Bears.
Yeah. Oh, the places were either Arlington Heights.
Bears.
Yeah.
The Hammond Bears. All right, so I've got some stuff up on YouTube that I'm going to play.
Okay.
And it is excerpts from the floor during the discussion on the budget. And the first one this is from Senator Chapin Rose in Illinois. Let the what? Let the
McCrapkeys pay for that.
let the Crapkeys pay for that. All right. Well, I mean, it's gonna happen. And it's literally because of the tax rates in Illinois. It's insane.
Yeah.
So the first one I'm going to play is talking about local tragedies and the anti-ICE bill that they rammed through that they're in the process of ramming through the General Assembly.
What do you mean an anti-ICE bill?
There you go. There's right there. There's Corey. Fuck Pigster and his damn 57 new taxes he's put on the good people of Illinois. Can't wait to leave this damn commie state. Hey, Corey, I will not say this to many people, but come on. We got a spot for you in Texas, brother.
Well, at this point, it's kind of anywhere but here.
All right, so listen to this shit. This is Senator Chapin Rose on the floor at the Illinois General Assembly.
Were both killed.
Let's get that rewound and started again. Damn it, I said start.
So Leader Kern mentioned the tragedy in my district Friday night. And Mike Clayton, Coles County board member, and his wife, Gail, were both killed by an illegal drunk driver who had a magazine, extended mag, ammunition, drugs, and of course alcohol in his car. 2 others from my district were life-flighted with life-threatening injuries. They are expected to survive. And yet this provides a real-time case study in what will happen if this bill passes. Because here's why. And by the way, leader, I don't want to quibble with you, but Mike was from Coles County and was on the county board there. It was Clark County, the next county down where this occurred. So it was the Clark County Sheriff. And the next morning, Pacheco was detained pending the reckless homicide charge, aggravated DUI and all that. But his passenger, who was with him, also illegal, walked out the front door under the Trust Act, under the existing Trust Act. If this bill passes, he would get 1,000-foot head start on ICE. As it was a somewhat orderly transition. He still wasn't in handcuffs. He was not handed in handcuffs, which would have been the safest way to do it, over. But instead, he'll get 1,000-foot head start. Well, that's great for safety. Let's get a foot chase going.
Now think about that for a second. 1,000-foot head start on law enforcement?
Yep.
And that's great for the guy that's living in a van down by the river smoking weed. Oh, wait, weed's legal in Illinois.
Yep.
So it's legal for you to sit in a van by the river and smoke weed. This is an illegal that he's talking about that would get 1,000-foot head start on law enforcement before they even put the fucking cuffs on him.
Yep.
In Florida, you'll have about 100-foot start before they either shoot you or just fucking run you over with a cruiser.
In Texas, you've got about a 50-foot head start before they throw a fucking rabid rattlesnake at you.
Well, did you see the one down in Florida where this guy actually was shooting at officers and they said, fuck this, and ran him over with the squad car?
I did see that. That was smart.
Go Florida.
Yep.
So I'm going to continue this.
Whose car are you going to attempt to hijack? Whose store are you going to break into? Whose home are you going to break into in your foot chase as you're being chased by ICE because you got 1,000-foot head start? Here's what the Coles County Sheriff did say about the existing Trust Act. And I think he was actually very guarded in his words. He says, I'm very frustrated with this legislation, and my colleagues in law enforcement, both local and statewide, share that frustration. Local law enforcement's hands will remain tied unless and until the General Assembly repeals or amends the Trust Act. But here, we're actually expanding it. We're going to give the bad guys 1,000-foot head start and keep our police handcuffed.
So is he basically saying that I can legally hobble from the police and they can't chase me no more?
You can hobble for 1,000 feet before they can chase you.
Yep.
I mean, because like literally, I'm not that quick anymore with the cane and shit nowadays. But if you want to give me a head start, come on.
You know what I'm saying? All right, so this is an extension on the Trust Act. Now, as you guys are aware, the Safety Act, the Trust Act, all of that all went into that whole thing we talked about a couple years ago when we were discussing the no cash bail.
Yeah.
All right. Corey says it ultimately comes down to personal responsibility and being in charge of your own protection. I think Mr. Rogers said, stay strapped or get clapped.
Actually, I think that was originally Benjamin Franklin.
Might have been Captain Kangaroo.
It was one of those guys. Who knows who originally said it?
Still a really good quote, no matter who said it.
I swear, I think I heard it from Captain Kangaroo.
I got a buddy down here that actually has that on a T-shirt.
I swear I think it was Captain Kangaroo because I do smoke a lot of cigarettes and watch a lot of Captain Kangaroo.
Yeah, renting hotel rooms for 50 cents.
Jeff says that, Chris, he saw your governor just released the condition for medical weed card in Kentucky.
No. They added more conditions.
Oh, did they?
To the existing list, which I already qualify on multiple levels, but
Limp dick?
right now, I can't really legally say much, but I personally don't have the finances to afford to go to the doctor.
Okay.
All right, so there's more on this. Let's continue this.
Yes, speaks.
And I'm being about as reserved
big
as I can possibly be under the circumstances. Mike and Gail are at least the 5th and the 6th in East Central Illinois in the last couple of years have been killed by an illegal in our area. By the way, I don't even know why these two guys were in Clark County the other night. The road they were on, literally, unless you grew up there, no one even know that road exists. It's the back road, the back way to Terre Haute for those of us who grew up in Charleston, live in Charleston. Unless you're going to KZ or Terre Haute, there's no reason to even be on that road.
I've been on that road.
Ammunition, drugs, doing on that road in the middle of the night. But never mind that for a minute. Gail, Mike, 5 and 6. This week, lo and behold, Julio Bull, an illegal from Guatemala, who killed 2 young ladies, Chloe from Deerfield and Katie from Glenview, as he flew high speed down University Avenue in Champaign County, was sentenced. He got 30 years. 30 years for taking Chloe and Katie's lives. I don't really consider that a fair trade.
No, it's not.
I
What I want to come back to is what Leader Kern said. Imagine what would happen if we just cooperated. Imagine if we all realized there's some really bad people here that need to leave. Imagine if we acted like adults, like what's going on in Tennessee, where there's cooperation. We're actually taking bad guys and guns off the streets. What about DC? Everybody when DC was all upset. Well, now they got safe streets, the crime's down, they're taking tons and tons of guns off the streets.
What's up, Chris?
Who is that?
Senator Chapin Rose in Illinois. That's on the Illinois General Assembly floor.
Yeah.
So is he like speaking up for law enforcement, or is he?
Yeah, he's speaking up for, well, they were talking about passing an anti-ICE bill. Trying to
yeah, because you had me confused talking about that and then giving them a head start and shit.
Well, that's what he's talking about, is in the bill, they're like, we're going to give them 1,000-foot head start or whatever it was. And he's like, what, really? We're going to do this shit? And he's talking about, the different deaths just in his district that are related to illegal immigration.
Yeah.
So it's crazy, right?
Now, they do realize that ICE is a federally recognized law enforcement organization.
Okay, but let's look at Illinois and let's think about this for a second. And Adam being the only one that lives in Illinois now.
Yeah.
Let's think about it for a minute. It doesn't matter in Illinois if it's federally recognized or not.
Yeah.
Or they feel like, well, and especially in Chicago, they feel like they can make their own laws and tell the federal government to stick it.
Well, then you know what? Didn't the president say, take away their federal funding?
Yeah, that's what
He has
been doing.
Which I'm going to get into in a minute. Let's finish this, and we'll discuss this for a second. And then I've got another one that's really going to enlighten where Illinois is really at.
And yet here we are making things worse in Illinois.
Hey, Volt.
We can't keep sticking our head in the sand, folks. And I'll tell you what, and I say this with all due respect to some of the former speakers, and I do say it with respect. I will fight for Mike Clayton and Gail Clayton, Katie, Chloe, and everybody else, because this is insane. And I'm not going to give somebody a 1,000-yard head start, 1,000-foot head start to flee ICE detention, which is only going to make things less safe. How many think, oh, yep, here I am. I'll just walk the 1,000 feet right over to ICE. You just stand on the other side of that bright red 1,000-foot line. Here I am, handcuff me. Or do you think what will happen will they take off running? Once you have a foot chase, you got a real problem because now you're putting everybody else's lives in danger. Every vehicle, every person in a vehicle around it, every homeowner around it, every business around it, the law enforcement officers, the courthouse staff, the people in the courthouse. Now, you know what? Sheriff Brown down in Clark County, he doesn't deserve the heat he's getting from the constituents who are wondering why he let the second guy with the ammo and the drugs walk out the door. He doesn't deserve that. All he was doing was following the law that you passed, and the law that you're now to make 1,000 foot worse. Y'all, we got to get reality here. There's got to be a gut check and a reality check. We cannot handcuff our police while letting the bad guys get 1,000 foot head start. And I will not be silent when I've got at least 6 and nobody wants this. Oh, no big deal. We'll tell that to Mike's brother, Chris.
Hey, Timmy.
Hey,
So
Tim.
you get an idea, like this guy, I stumbled on him on accident, okay? I mean, literally did. I stumbled on him on accident. And I liked so much what he had to say, I started listening. So now, that was just on that anti-ICE bill.
Yeah.
Where they're like, oh, no. We got to give the bad guys 1,000 foot head. Now, Chris, would they allow 1,000 foot head start in Kentucky?
No, they'll shoot you.
Adam, would they allow 1,000 foot head start in fucking Wisconsin?
No, they wouldn't.
Yeah, you live up there. If you've got an illegal immigrant that hurt somebody in Rhinelander, are they going to get 1,000 foot head start to run away?
In fact, I can give you a perfect example. So when we first moved to Kentucky, since this situation, shortly after this situation, I actually got a few home defense items for my house because one day I came home from work, and as I was coming home from work, the cross street that I can see from my front porch was lined with squad cars. So I pulled into my driveway to where I could see what they were doing. I wanted to be nosy. And then all of a sudden I saw this kid sneaking through my backyard.
I remember you talking about this.
So I called dispatch and I said, hey, I see officers all along 9th Street. Are they looking for someone? And they said, yes, they were looking for it. And they gave me a description of the kid I was looking right at. And I said, well, this motherfucker's in my front yard. I'm sending him your way. And I got out of my car and I looked at the kid and I said, get the fuck out of here. Go take care of your shit. Deal with that. Get the fuck off my property. He tried to take off running before he even got in the officer sights. They had weapons up.
Oh, yeah.
Kentucky, and they even asked me, how come you didn't draw your firearm? This is a stand your ground state. I said, I need to get one.
Yep.
Now,
I think that's a really good suggestion, officer.
Texas is constitutional carry.
Yep. So is Kentucky, and it's stand your ground.
And it's in my it's on my person 98% of the time. You know when I'm not carrying that motherfucker?
When I'm going to the courthouse or the police station.
When I am standing in an establishment that makes 51% or more of its profit from alcohol sales.
Or yeah. Yep.
So when I'm up at Pat's, it's not on me.
Yeah.
But my little friend ain't far away either.
Well, now that also depends on the establishment. If it's establishment that makes its profits off of serving and pouring alcohol, then then their establishment actually has rules that says I can't.
Right.
But if it's establishment that makes its income off of strictly selling and no drinks are poured and no drinks are consumed on premises, that's your ass I'm carrying.
Well, now, that's even illegal in Texas. You cannot carry it into the liquor store either. Because they make their 51% or more of their profit margin is made by alcohol sales. There's no specification. Alcohol sales. The end. Now, here's the codicil. I could be up at my local bar at Jammer's Roadhouse, my hangout bar. I cannot carry inside the establishment. I can leave it in the car or on the bike.
See, now in Kentucky, you can't do that because if you even blow, the DOT is a .04, right?
Right.
If you blow that in Kentucky and you have your firearm on you, you're in trouble. You are not allowed to consume alcohol with your firearm.
I can have it in a saddlebag.
Well, you can in Kentucky too, but if you blow and you register any alcohol,
no, I'll just get a simple deal. All I've got to do is
our religious community is a little more.
All I have to do is go in the saddlebag. I have.
Well, Kentucky is also a little bit more different about the alcohol.
Yeah.
Just because I'm literally surrounded. We serve alcohol here in Central City, but I'm literally surrounded by dry counties.
Yeah. I'm surrounded by whiskey.
Oh, dude, I'm surrounded by bourbon, but I'm also surrounded by dry counties.
Right.
Yeah.
I mean, everywhere you go in Kentucky, you're going to find either a tobacco barn or a bourbon warehouse.
So now let's go ahead and rewind this and get back into it a little bit. We all know that the state of Illinois has some of the highest rates of anything anywhere, right?
Yeah, basically, if it can be taxed, they will figure it out. And if it can't be taxed, they'll figure out how to tax it.
It's in the top 3.
Yeah.
Okay. Power bills in Illinois. Chris, what happened to your power bill when you went to Kentucky?
It went way down.
Way down, right? My power bill came way down moving to Texas. And I was still not of the full comparison with Ameren or ComEd because I had Menard Electric and I was kind of at a fixed rate being a member of the co-op.
Yeah, that's what I had to do here in Taylorville. Is I'm part of the co-op out of Auburn, so I can avoid places like CWLP,
right,
and stuff.
So Senator Chapin Rose talked about the energy omnibus bill.
Uh-oh, an omnibus.
Are you ready for this? Now, you already heard what he had to say about the anti-ICE bill, and I'm going to tell you right now, to preface this, that was calm. What I am about to play now, get ready. This man's about to go nuts on the Senate floor at the Illinois Capitol.
Sorry about that. I had to rock a piss real quick. What? Huh?
All right. So, like I said, that same senator we just played, what you are about to hear is he's talking about the energy omnibus bill. What he said earlier about the anti-ICE bill, he was calm. Now he's about to rock it out. So strap in for this one. You're going to love this.
I about fell out of my chair on the supply-demand discussion in your opening remarks, Senator. As I distinctly recall, everyone on this side of the aisle making the argument that you're killing supply and you're going to drive up prices and siege you. I distinctly remember that argument being made. And now we're worried about the supply, but the demand. You didn't address supply, you addressed demand. You said that future demand from AI is going to make it worse. But since Governor Pritzker became governor, Illinois has lost 6,000 megawatts of reliable 24-hour power. That's the equivalent of 3 nuclear power plants or enough power to power 1 million homes in this state. Gone under your guys' watch. And we wonder why our power bills are going up. Oh, wait a minute. CJ said, don't worry. Prices are going to go down. Oh, wait. And then we shut down more power plants to take even more supply off the grid. So let's test the theory of leadership under Democrats in the state of Illinois when it comes to people's power bills. Here's since Governor Pritzker became governor, ComEd, for those of you in Chicagoland, you've gone from 12.03 cents per kilowatt in 2020 up to 18.6 cents per kilowatt today, and that's before this bill passes. For those of us in Ameren zone, we've gone from 10.46 cents per kilowatt in 21 up to 23 cents per kilowatt under 2025. Under your guys' leadership, every time you say, oh, power bills are going to come down. We're doing this because we care about the little guy. We care about the consumer. It's going to be okay. We're doing this to get tough on those evil energy companies. Green's good, and we're going to lower your power bills. Well, you know what? Nobody believes you. Nobody believes you. Here's the other good one. It's not even about the price of power anymore. It's all the add-ons. All those fees to add on over and above just the cost of the raw product.
Yes, Corey, I agree.
On my bill, I had $42.06 in fees on $156.92 in power. That's 27%. Well, 26.8%, really. Just in fees. And most of those fees are things like the Renewable Power Grid Transfer Program, the battery program, this program, clean that, green this. $42 in fees. 27% of my electric bill isn't even the cost of electricity, which you guys have already sent through the roof. It's all the other add-ons. And here we are. $8 billion in rate increases on the people of the state of Illinois. $8 billion. Who can afford to live here? So let's talk some more stuff. You got an Illinois Power Authority study, a study that I would point out was done before the bill that was just filed was even introduced. You have a study on a bill that didn't exist when the study was done. Why? Because the bill wasn't filed till Tuesday. Who believes you? Nobody. Nobody in reality. They do believe their power bill because they get it every month. They do know when it's done every month. But hey, let's look at a study from Europe. Germany, Spain, Denmark, and the UK. And this is what it costs for every 10% in renewables, on the grid, it adds about 4 cents to the per kilowatt cost. Okay, no big deal, 4 cents. Except that people consume a lot of kilowatts. So in a year, for every 10% renewables, you're $400 or $500 on the average consumer. By the way, you got another 35% to go in Illinois. That's another $1,500 if the Europe study is in effect. And as my good friend Senator Bryant pointed out, the rates we got right now were the capped rates, and you're taking the caps off. Katie, bar the door. Here they come. Katie, bar the door. You want some more facts since we're dealing in facts? In 2019, electricity was 8.6 cents per kilowatt. In the summer of this year, it was 23. That's triple. Triple. Under the leadership of Governor Pritzker and the supermajority Democrats in this state who keep telling us, oh, we're here to help, little guy. We care.
Now, all I'm going to say to that is if you saw, this guy looks like a blueberry version of the Pillsbury Doughboy with a tie. And he's like, oh, We're here for the little guy. Standing there doing this on camera. We're here for the little guy. Tee-hee. Pillsbury,
Well,
no.
Well, they are there for the little guy, the fucking leeches that fucking help line their pockets.
But he's making great points.
He is.
Yeah, he is.
He
And as
ain't-
someone who's living those points, I feel that every
He literally
month.
held up his Ameren bill on the General Assembly floor and goes, here's my bill.
And here's the problem. Here's the problem with Democratic run states. They want to give everything away to everybody for free. And people, the leeches literally flock to those states. And then Joe taxpayer has to pick up the fucking bill.
And then they wonder why the taxpayers flee out. Let's finish what Senator Rose has got to say here.
We care about you, little guy. We're going to make sure your power bills go down.
No, I got that image in my head.
Want another chart? Here's a good one. 2021 to 2025, you can see this nice little green line here. That's the rise and increase. Here's a great one. How do we compare to our neighbors? The average price in Illinois residential is 18.09 cents
All are.
per kilowatt. In Kentucky, it's 13.4 cents per kilowatt. Indiana, we're higher than Indiana. We're higher than Iowa. We're higher than Missouri. We're right there. Well, we were right there with
You got
Wisconsin.
TVA.
That's just, it'll be a trifecta. You'll have the whole deal. We will be the highest energy costs in the entire Midwest. Here was the difference. Wisconsin was 18.57, we're 18.09. Not anymore. Congratulations, Governor Pritzker and supermajority Democrats. $8 billion rate increase on the people of Illinois. Tell us you care. Tell us you care. This is exactly why nobody believes anybody anymore.
Yeah, I like this guy.
It makes me wonder, all these people like, JB Pritzker, I don't he have a mansion in Chicago?
Yeah, the one he ripped all the toilets out of to get elected.
Yeah, how does he
Yeah.
how does he afford his own electric bill?
Well, because he
It's
owns
toilets out of his-
he owns the Hyatt hotels across the nation.
Well, he's got a piece of them. I don't think he
Yeah.
owns them outright. He's got a piece
Yeah.
of it, though. He's also got a piece of Facebook. He's got his blind trust has money in things that I don't even know where it's all at.
See,
I've got people here we've got people in the chat room right now that are in Illinois. Volk, Jeff, Corey, right here. Corey, I like this guy. Jeff, I'm taking
like
the Ameren butt fucking as we speak. Volk, I like this guy too. I mean, he's speaking truth.
No.
well, moving
But-
around the map, I mean, aren't they already starting to dig into Ilhan Omar's personal financial records?
Yeah, I believe so.
I honestly think that if you hold an official elected office, and I'll say you're a millionaire, I won't even go billionaire. I'll say if you're a millionaire holding public office, I think the information on where your money comes from, not how much you have or what you spend it on or whatever, but I want to know where your income comes from that makes you a millionaire public figure.
Well, if I'm a millionaire and I'm a public figure, the first thing I'm going to do is buy my good friend Chris his own weed farm.
I might not want to know where your money comes from.
No, yeah. Jeff hits it right on the head. Wait till the data centers come in.
Yeah, there's
Water
they've
and
already,
power. That's all they use.
yeah, they've already been talking about it here in Christian County. And they actually had to stop a city council meeting because there were too many people there who wanted to voice no to it, and they had to reschedule it into a safer building.
Oh, yeah. Hey, there you go. His family also owns one of the Royal Caribbean cruise lines.
Okay. Where the fuck did they get the money for that?
Well, I don't think
that's what I really I want to know. How the fuck do you become a millionaire?
Well, let's go back and look at Pelosi. Now, I know people who would do it for an omnibus that Nancy Pelosi. Think the world of Nancy Pelosi. That's fine. You can have that opinion. But I want to know one thing. When Nancy Pelosi went into office, she was fucking broke.
Exactly.
Kraft Mac
exactly.
Fucking broke.
And so was Ilhan Omar. And so was Joe Biden when he started in politics back in the 70s. That man was running for office.
2 years. Every one of them. 2 fucking years. They're millionaires.
Yeah.
Yes.
Lobbyists throw around a lot of money.
Data centers.
Yep.
You know, here's the thing about those data centers. They take up a lot of electricity and they use a lot of water for cooling.
And none of them will suck my pee-pee.
These people that care about the environment and care about global warming and all that other shit are the same people that are building these data centers that no, they're not putting fumes out into the environment. They're not putting fumes out into the atmosphere. But you know what they are putting out into the atmosphere?
Not pussy.
High levels of heat. Heat just radiating off of them. Did you know that since they installed air conditioning in Las Vegas, the average temperature has actually increased?
Yeah, I believe it.
Because of the heat coming off of these units. And then these are the same people that say, stop global warming.
But you know what, Jeff? You might be hitting it right there on the head, too. That Illinois is going to be paying to get spied on. Yeah.
It's already happening, dude. Don't you ever notice how you'll be sitting there talking about something and then all of a sudden you open up social media and there's an ad for a product you were just talking about within the last 2 hours?
By the way, this show is brought to you by Tampax Tampons.
This show is brought to you by a big old bottle of Willie's Remedy.
This show is brought to you by Shit-Stained Steve's Caulking Paradise.
Whether you like white caulk or big black caulk, Shit-Stained Steve is the one to go to.
And just remember, when you put it on, he ain't looking down smiling. He's looking up laughing.
Well, yeah, with the micropene. And Summer's Eve. It is brought to you by Summer's Eve Douche.
If you need your hole plugged.
If you live in Illinois and you know that you've got to flush your hole, get some Summer's Eve today so it'll feel a little better when they stick it in you.
Yep.
Oh, let's see. Corey says that he believes J.B. Hyatt in Chicago has received over $300 million in taxpayer cash. You know what? There's a data center in, I believe it's in DeKalb. And Darren Bailey was talking about this on social media here the other day. That it's in DeKalb. Yeah, Volk says it right there. CWLP in Springfield needs more power to run the data center. But they've already shut down one of the turbines at CWLP. So what are you going to do? Overtax the other one and just plow coal into it?
Sure, why not?
Why not? That's what they do down here in Kentucky.
Well, look, let's face it. Chapin Rose said it best. They keep pulling power plants out of Illinois, and as they pull them power plants out, there's not enough going back into the grid to power Illinois.
Yeah.
Actually, we got two good things here in Tennessee. We got the
You're in
Peabody,
Tennessee now?
or not Kentucky.
Oh,
One of the things we have here where I'm at in Kentucky is TVA.
is that titties, vagina, and ass?
I wish. Tennessee Valley Authority.
Sounds good to me. I mean,
Tennessee Valley Authority, which is this monstrous hydroelectric dam over at the Land Between the Lakes, Kentucky Lake. And it provides power for half of Kentucky and a good portion of Tennessee.
I'm aware of that one. All right, so Volka's saying has shut down 3 plants. Okay. Not a bad point, Corey.
That is true. That is true, Corey. I was thinking that, because, and don't call me a conspiracy theorist because I'm not, but global warming actually is a thing, and it is being caused by all the heat we put into the atmosphere and all the carbons we put in the atmosphere. But the thing that most people have forgot about is continental drift, and that's what's causing climate change.
Yeah.
And if you look at the history of the earth, we are literally due for a giant continental shift.
I think it's happening now as we speak.
yeah.
Seismic activity has increased around the world within the last 10 years.
Yeah.
Now, if it would
The
just
last
take
one
LA,
was
if it would just take LA and make John Carpenter's Escape from LA turn into fact, I'd be very happy. But I am not going to be Snake Plissken in that movie.
wasn't that Kurt Russell?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, because I came this close to watching Jack Burton the other day.
Now, don't get me wrong. I
Why
love
do you look like you don't know who Jack Burton is?
who?
You.
Probably because I didn't pay attention to Jack Burton.
Big Trouble in Little China.
Oh, okay. Why don't you just say that?
Because a lot of the people I know and talk to know who Jack Burton is.
You know,
Jack Burton knows who Jack Burton is.
I have not watched the movie.
Really?
What?
I've never watched
Okay.
Big Trouble in Little
I've
As a
seen that
truck
movie,
driver.
and I saw that movie, and I don't watch movies. Come on, man.
I've never watched it.
As a truck driver, that should be in your staple.
Convoy is in my staple.
Yeah, Convoy, Smokey and the Bandit.
Yeah, I'm kind of burned out on Smokey and the Bandit.
Take This Job and Shove It.
Yep.
Big Trouble in Little China. Fist.
I've never seen it. But all right, so let's go down to plants in Illinois that have been closed. Let's talk about that. I got a cousin that works for a K2 Plant Services, and he's there at Powerton in Pekin. Okay,
Okay.
Hennepin shut down, Duck Creek shut down, Havana shut down. There's one south. Volk, it affected you guys they were backing up CWLP. What is it? I think Kilburn.
And now we're talking about nuclear plants in Illinois.
No,
right?
we're talking coal.
Yeah.
Coal.
We're talking coal plants. But these have shut down. Kincaid, Havana, Hennepin, Edwards Station outside of Peoria. Duck Creek. Volk said 3 plants. No, buddy, before the natural gas, I've got 5.
And yes, Jeff, I was kicked out of college for not having sex. Yes.
See, I thought Illinois was all nuclear.
No.
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 No, most of the coal goes up north, though.
Matter of fact,
Well-
Powerton, there in Pekin, you got 5 side and 6 side. If they fire both of them up, you watch the coal trains come rolling in, buddy, because wow.
Well, we do have coal down here. I actually know people who are coal miners. I actually live on top of an active coal mine.
Yeah. But I'm telling you, when that gets going, if they fire up both 5 and 6 side and crank them up to full at Powerton Power Plant, they need a fucking D11 to move the coal into the burner.
my son makes the tires for those at Firestone.
What chaos my ass is this data center they want to build by Waverly? Will draw from the local grid power. They're closing the Kincaid power plant. Why not just use that to power the data center? That's from Corey. And here we go. They just talked about it. Kincaid going solar.
So now they think they're going to go solar.
Yep. Hey, Katie, bar the door.
That's funnier. That's funnier than switching over to wind because it's cleaner and more efficient.
Neither one of them are.
Because either way, with them wind towers, and there was a video, and I was in agreement long before I ever saw this video with Billy Bob Thornton, but he straight up said, the mining for the materials and to build those things over in China, and then to ship them over to the United States, and then to transport them. Now you're talking thousands of gallons of diesel fuel and all the other shit just to get it to its location and set up. Now they're still going to need the oil to lubricate the bearings, run the generators.
Yeah.
And when you do solar, it's good if you have enough batteries to build up.
Thanks for hanging in as long as you did. I hope you have a good night, and thank you for your contributing tonight. Damn, we hit some things on the head.
And if you think you're going to go solar, you better have one hell of a battery.
But what are
you're still going to need a generator.
What are they using for the batteries?
Exactly, because now you got to mine the lithium. Now you got to mine the lithium for the batteries.
Oh,
the alkaloids.
Yeah.
And what's worse, there is no disposal for that whatsoever.
Yep.
All right,
luck,
Volk,
man.
you have
Best
a
of
good
work,
night,
man.
buddy.
Take it easy, Volk.
But you get what I'm saying. Look at everything they have plowed in. I feel sorry for Adam.
And trust me, if it wasn't for family, we'd be gone. We'd be out.
And I really feel sorry for Tyler.
Now, don't get me wrong. Like I said, it can be done if you have enough stuff, because at one point, I actually powered a garage minus the 220. I powered 3 110 outlets and 2 fluorescent lights using a bicycle tire on top of a tower that spun with wind force, connected to a chain, connected to 2 alternators, connected to 2 car batteries, and that powered my garage.
Well, I really feel sorry for Tyler because, he works at his factory that he works for. But he bought that house a couple years ago at a higher interest rate
Yeah.
because of it post-COVID inflation. And now all these added taxes and fees and everything that's hitting him, I bet he's looking at the state of Illinois right now going, can I have some lube, please? Just like a little drop before it goes in my booty hole, please.
Take
I don't
care.
know what
We'll use Gorilla Glue for the lube.
it is so bad that if I had my house back together next week, I would not turn the fucking power back on. I wouldn't do it.
Yep.
Well, I mean, personally, besides fucking leeches and fucking criminals, who wants to live in Illinois?
Man, I've got the property up there. I'm going to put the house back together, but then I'm down to rent it or sell it.
And like I said, the only reason I'm still here is because of family.
Right.
You know, as I told TJ earlier today, my mom's back in the hospital with pneumonia and having seizures after having her double brain bleed a year or two ago. So
That sucks.
yeah.
See, now, if you could convince your family to move, don't go to Kentucky. The only reason I say that for you is because our healthcare system sucks. They sent my wife home with sepsis.
Damn.
Yeah.
They would have sent
And the only reason, the only reason I can't sue that fucking bitch that sent her home with sepsis is because my wife didn't die.
Yeah, Kentucky would have sent Rage home with dirty ass disease.
Yeah, their healthcare down here is a fucking joke.
All right. I'm going to let you guys go ahead and promote Weird Frequencies, Asgard. I got to pee.
Man, what is up with TJ having to go to the bathroom in this fucking show? Like, I thought he was more professional than that. Don't
Yeah,
you
I know,
think,
dude.
Chris?
I was gonna say, dude, act like a fucking professional here.
I think TJ's telling us we're number one. So, okay, cool.
Oh,
Thanks for the
okay.
support, TJ.
Awesome, right on.
So, why don't you tell us some about this bike show that's coming up?
Can you pull up the flyer? I wouldn't know how.
Let me see here. Give me a second. So I have to go
into. Because I mean, this is something I'm actually really excited about. I got a few things going on that I am just super excited about.
So let's
see. Can you guys? Yeah, you guys can see that. Well, here, let's just lighting a little bit. There we go.
Yeah, hold on, I got you, man. So
okay, good enough. Yeah, they're tomorrow night, 5 p.m. Freaky Friday bike night at Island Cycle Works in Island, Kentucky. And there's going to be food trucks going out. They're going to have awards, best in show, meanest looking, all kinds of good stuff going on. And I'm going to be providing the music. You know me, I like good music, good motorcycle music. So, and it is going to be an awesome time. And if you ever do get to come to Western Kentucky, and you are a true motorcycle enthusiast, straight up go there. They do amazing motorcycle work. It's 3 generations of MMI trained motorcycle mechanics working there. They have a museum on site, bikes from all the way from Harley Davidson and Indian's very beginnings, all the way up to they got a replica Wall of Death bike, which I got to talk to them a little bit about, because I personally know one of the motorcycle cowboys. And it's just awesome what they got going on there. And I know that I can't remember what they're doing it for tomorrow night. I know they like to do a lot of faith-based stuff. They good people, and all that. So yeah, and that's going to be tomorrow night. I am super excited about providing music for that. But then also on Thursday at the Muhlenberg County Fair, it's Special Needs Day. And if you guys don't know, a couple weeks back, I emceed a inflatable kickball game, which all the players wore inflatable costumes. Well, the other day, we were all hit up in the group chat. Hey, if you guys want to wear your costumes, inflatable costumes for Special Needs Day, feel free. And I said, well, the Special Needs Day, would anyone be opposed to some Beauty and or some Disney costumes? And they said, oh, no, they love Disney. They love Disney stuff. So on Thursday, my wife is going to take off of work, and we're going to go for Special Needs Day dressed as Beauty and the Beast. I'm, of course, going to be Belle, and my wife is going to be the Beast. So,
okay.
and then also,
the ugliest Belle ever. I mean, seriously, like you are going to be the single ugliest Belle ever.
Oh, I know, dude, but I rock it. And I'm not talking Belle with the apron and all that stuff. No, I'm talking Belle going to the ball in the yellow gown.
He's going all fancy.
And now I'm permanently limp.
Good. The world needs that.
Now you see,
the world needs 8 more of me.
Now, see, Chris, I would have thought you would have gone as like Captain Jack Sparrow or something. That seems right up your alley.
Okay. So that is in talks for future things because, as I showed you guys, basically I am fixing up and cleaning up and making a stage presentable and usable. And the agreement that I'm doing the work.
You're going to keep your clothes on.
That depends on what event on what day and how much they pay me.
And how much alcohol is involved.
But no. So everybody keeps asking me, what do I want for doing this? What do I want for doing this? And you know what I want? I'll tell you what I want. I want management over the stage.
I was going to say free tickets.
Nope. I want management over the stage.
Okay.
That's fair.
So that's
you know, when I'm up there, Jeff, I may have to talk to Christina.
hey. I've never actually seen Steve Strap-on, but
yes,
my wife who unfortunate yes, I have. That's right.
Yes,
my wife who's sleeping straight up said I'd put Steve Strap-on to shame.
Steve Strap-on melted. And I haven't figured out how this worked. But friction. Tyler, all right.
Melted because of friction.
Oh, wait. Yeah. I had one more thing to promote.
Please go ahead.
Because I got the bike night, the Beauty and the Beast, the stage. Oh, yeah, because with the stage, and I've said this many times before, this is on the list of things to get for the studio is Captain Jack Sparrow, Spider-Man, and there was one other character costume I said I wanted to get so I could go to events.
Slade.
Huh?
Ghost Rider.
Big Jim Slade.
Oh, no, Sailor Moon.
Sailor Moon.
So I can go
Sailor
to events. Moon. So I can go to events in cosplay and do the events, Jack Sparrow, Sailor Moon, whatever they want to order.
We need to talk later.
I didn't realize Sailor Moon needed to shave so bad.
But no, yeah, it is a serious thing about the Jack Sparrow and the Spider-Man, and we'd go with those two to start, and then just go from there.
I mean, you do realize that on The Big Bang Theory, Howard and Raj had a threesome with a 200-pound Sailor Moon.
Well, I'll tell you what's really, really funny.
I noticed stutter.
Is up until about 6 months ago, I never exactly knew who Sailor Moon was. Alls I just knew it was some kind of anime character. And when I first started talking about, when I told a buddy of mine about doing the characters, the Jack Sparrow, the Spider-Man and stuff, and he said, "Would you do Sailor Moon?" And I said, "Well, yeah, for the right price, I'd do Sailor Moon." And then I did, and then I looked up who Sailor Moon was.
Uh-huh.
And I messaged him back immediately, except for I'd have to have the clause in there that I could not be arrested or charged with anything, if anything that should not fall out of the costume just so happens to fall out of the costume.
Yeah. Yeah, you'd need some pretty
I need some
sturdy
disclaimer.
rigging.
Yeah.
Some disclaimer and some waivers.
Yeah.
You may need some duct tape.
Yeah.
And then I don't want a visual, but when your wife pulls the duct tape off of that place, I definitely want the fucking audio.
But no, folks, seriously, with the stage and with what's going on with bike night and stuff, I'm really hoping that all of this stuff will, pan out and work out. And I got my fingers crossed, and I'm actually, I ain't saying a prayer to Jesus, but I'm praying to God, please, let this pan out, let this work out. This is kind of my swan song. I'm old, I'm tired, and I want one last run through the music business.
Well, I really do not want to see you dressed as Sailor Moon.
No, you want to know what?
No. Honestly, on a serious note, that's never gonna fucking happen. I'll make jokes about it all day, but that's never gonna fucking happen.
There is a video of that I would want, and it's not of him. It's of the audience that sees him come into the room.
Yeah, they're gonna go.
Their reaction on video.
I would actually, I would buy the ticket, but I'm not going to attend. If Chris was to dress up as Sailor Moon and wrestle, I would buy the ticket. I'm not going to go see it, but I'd buy the ticket. And then I'd give it away on my Southern Fried Radio show to somebody that doesn't know what's getting ready to happen.
And tell them, I want video, but I want audience reaction video. I don't want to see what they're doing in the mud pit.
Yeah. Oh.
Like, I would pick somebody like Bubba.
We have chronic Sailor Moon coated in mud. Oh.
Well, here's the funny thing. When you guys mentioned Bubba, so
old pink hair.
Most people don't know I actually have like 7 brothers and 2 sisters biologically, whether it be half or full-blooded, but we're got either the same mom or the same dad, one of the two. One of my brothers has literally been nicknamed Bubba since about 30 seconds after he was born. And when I was away at college, living in the gated community, I'd like to make jokes that I'm the only guy here that actually writes letters to Bubba.
Well, the Bubba I'm talking about has pink hair.
The one I know don't. And it's funny because the one my little brother Bubba actually is in federal DOC right now.
And would probably laugh at you in a Sailor Moon costume.
Now, to my knowledge, the Bubba we know, TJ, is supposed to have the pink hair until June 11th. I don't know the significance.
You mean July?
Yeah, I don't know the significance of that date, But yeah,
There's a charity function that it's revolving around. I know that.
okay.
All right, on.
So, all right. Now,
But
Adam,
yeah, that's what I
up.
would like to do, the costumes and use the stage for, to try to help, just raise money for Asgard and do that kind of stuff for charity.
Now, Adam, did you get a chance to promote Weird Frequencies yet?
No, and honestly, it's not that big of a loss because I don't know what's going on the show.
Oh, okay.
It is on Sundays at about 8 p.m., give or take an hour. It depends on who can get there fast. One of the producers has to get ready. I'm not one of them, unlike here. And as you see, we're generally on time, except for tonight.
Well, tonight I had work stuff.
Sundays
so-
at 8. Damn it, that's the time I usually listen to Art Bell.
What's
I'm sorry.
happening, Emilio?
I'm sorry, Chris, but you're gonna have to make a choice, man. You can support me or you can support Art Bell. I mean,
Well, I mean, Art Bell's got enough money.
Yeah, that's true.
So, I got to tell this story before we log out tonight. I've got to do it. Steve, God rest his soul, and man, I miss Steve so much. Steve got 2 fucking gifts that were directly related to the old Mayhem program. Okay? The first gift he got was a penis pump. And the second gift that he got was a strap-on.
What was he supposed to do? Use the penis pump on the strap-on?
Now just wait. So let me
Okay.
get the background on both of these.
The strap-on was in case the penis pump didn't work.
So, penis pump, the penis pump originally was when Tyler first started the show.
All right.
And he kept talking about how he might need a penis pump. He might need a penis pump. So we're live, and I go, all right. If anybody that Tyler works with could find and get him a penis pump, I would really appreciate it. Just, you don't have to tell him who it is, leave it anonymous, but he walks out 2 nights later and finds a brand new penis pump sitting on the hood of his Chevrolet HHR.
His homo hot rod.
Yes. So, and then he comes on the show the next night and proceeds to tell me about this. And of course, as Adam will again back up, I'm dying laughing.
Yeah, I mean, if you get something like that, why would you announce that on a comedy internet radio show? I mean, that seems like it's either a very smart idea or a very terrible idea.
You just reminded me, I got to test the auto braking system on a Tesla today. I cut that motherfucker off real quick.
Sometimes it don't work that well. So he got this penis pump. And it was a running gag for a couple months, and then it went by the wayside. Well, at the same time, I was dating the dog lady.
Okay.
Well, fast forward to Christmas time. And I'm like, man, Steve's been so good. He's been a great listener. He's part of Morning Disaster now. Man, I really need to find Steve a great gift, something that he will really like and he'll appreciate. She goes, I've got an idea.
Okay.
Uh-oh. She walks over to this drawer in her nightstand.
Oh, so it's automatically used. Great.
Yes. And I'm like, this is not good. She takes the drawer out of the nightstand and kind of fishes around in it for a minute. And she comes out with this big blue dong and a strap on.
Okay, Jeff, not dog food lady. Dog
Not
lady.
food lady. The dog lady.
Yeah.
So she pulls out this big blue strap-on dong, right? And I look at her and I'm like, what the fuck do you have that for? And she goes, banging the ex-wife in the ass.
Well, be glad she didn't use it on you.
And I'm like, that could work for Steve. Yeah, let's box it up.
Please tell me you at least rinsed it off before you sent it to him.
Well, I could tell you that, but I'd be lying.
Okay. So you left it
Oh, it was
scent enriched.
it
We'll
was
say.
so dirty.
Yeah.
And what's even funnier about it, she's like, well, maybe we should clean it off. Now, this was back at the point where Steve had the wound vac on his dirty foot.
Yeah.
And I couldn't help it. I'm like, well, he's already got a dirty foot. I'm sure there's nothing on there that's going to make it worse.
Well, unless he uses it to fuck his wound.
So,
But that's a whole nother issue, though.
Box and she did a couple years as a professional gift wrapper.
Okay.
So she made it look like one of those that you buy your Christmas gifts and then you take them over and you spend another $50 and they wrap them for you.
Like in Macy's or something like that.
Yeah. So she made it look like that. I mean, really, like tied the fucking ribbon around it, put the bow in it and everything. And to Steve from Anon,
Yeah.
because she didn't know how to spell anonymous.
From Anon.
And we gave it to Christina.
ANOYMOUS.
And why? Not I.
ANONYMOUS. That's what I said.
Oh, I thought you said I.
No, there is no I in anonymous.
No, it's a Y.
Did you ever go into a meeting?
No. No, wait, I did once. I took the chip from it and I went to the bar and I got a beer.
I did. I went to 90 meetings in 30 days. I got court ordered 90 for 90 and I did it in 30.
So, all right. So to kind of, to continue this story. So Steve got first the strap on. And then Tyler gets a hold of me literally after he opened it up on Morning Disaster and saw that he got a strap on for Christmas. Live on the air, and he holds it up. Who the hell gave me a dog for Christmas? And I'm rolling, right? Tyler gets a hold of me like 2 days later after he's done laughing. He goes, I'm going to give Steve the penis pump. Oh, God, do it. So he did. He waited, and finally he gives Steve the penis pump. Steve, in his infinite wisdom, decided he's got a penis pump, got a fake penis. They go together great.
Put them together like a Reese's peanut butter cup.
Wait, sticks the strap on in the penis pump. I don't know what reacted at all with any of this. But somehow, some way, by unknown means, the blue dong melted the penis pump and left a black mark on the dildo part of the strap on.
Wait. The dildo melted the penis pump.
Yes.
First off, why the fuck would you put a dildo in the penis pump?
Because it was Steve.
Yeah. It's about the only way
And
he's ever
unless
going to
there's like
experience penetration.
But like, did the silicone like heat up as it started expanding in the pump?
I don't know.
Instead of shattering, the pump just melted.
No,
Like, I
like
have
I said,
questions.
Well, like I
So
said,
do we, Chris.
like I said, I'm going to go back to this. The dong was never washed off from her ex-wife. So my questions are a little deeper. Like, what the fuck was inside of her ex-wife that melted a penis pump?
Mm-hmm. That melted fairly thick plastic.
But could
Well,
not have strap on.
I think if it would have been fumes from some kind of bodily toxin that was on the surface of it, I think. Well, I don't know. I don't know if that would have killed Steve by breathing it in. I mean, some
Out
of
of
the shit.
Steve, we don't know. Did Steve
Yeah, I mean,
do this on himself before putting it in the pump?
I think we're asking questions we really don't want to hear the answer to.
I already know Steve's body was more polluted than a retention pond at a sewer plant.
Yeah, let's putting it mildly.
Yeah.
I mean, God bless him, and man, I miss him every day. And I really miss him on this show because that man would have me cracking up for hours. But, and I miss, I miss listening to him with the other shows he did, and him being on here with us. I miss him all the time. But that's one of them stories that, like, it took place over about 3 or 4 months. That's about right, isn't it, Adam? That's about the right time frame. Yeah.
Yeah.
But it was over 3 or 4 months. But eventually, he got the pump and the strap and went, oh, they go together.
Steve was one of those ones that rarely ever called me. But when he did, I started smiling as soon as I saw his name on the other end. Like, this is going to be fun.
Yeah, it's like, okay, this is going to be good, but in what way? It's like, you're going to laugh.
Right there.
But, you know.
I actually have my last message from him was,
and I'm pretty sure TJ knows, but you guys I don't think you guys have no idea how much Steve really loves cars.
oh God, yeah.
Oh, he did.
Oh, yeah.
I produced a show with him and Fat 420 about dirt racing and stuff. I was the producer of that show.
Dude,
right on.
Steve was. We were actually talking about after Smoker Mania. We were talking about him starting another dirt track show on the network and getting it going. And
well, because me and him were talking, and I was supposed to he wanted to pay me to come up to Illinois and do transmission work on his vehicle. And,
it's S10, yeah.
Yeah, it's S10. And Steve, I thought you loved cars and knew everything about them. Yeah, but I don't know shit about working on them. Like, oh, right on.
Well, that and he wasn't really in the condition to get up and down freely.
Right,
to get under a
Well,
car.
and, that was a little after his time as well.
Yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, I would have loved to have been able to go up and work on his truck for him.
Oh man, I'm telling you. Now he ended up buying a Jeep. It was actually a really nice little Jeep. I think it was like a Jeep Renegade or something.
Dude, I told them S10s, those transmissions on S10s, they're so easy.
Yeah. I wish we could have gotten it fixed for. I mean, he liked that S10, but he ended up getting a Jeep. Man, he loved the Jeep. I was waiting for him to start, cruising fucking Milliken again.
Bucket of chicken, looking at college chicks. Yeah.
He actually had a sign that went on the door. Magnetic sign that said, "Caution, driver may be masturbating." Just his sense of humor was so amazing. Yeah, I could be having the worst fucking day on the planet, and he would always have something that would get me to stop and look at him and go, "What the fuck did you just say?" and run with it because it was hysterical.
I think one of the things he said he did regarding Milliken specifically was he would go to this laundromat.
Yes.
He'd take his laundry up there, and then while it's spinning, he'd go out to his truck. He'd point his truck at the college and just sit in his truck and watch.
Yeah. Watch the co-eds.
Yeah.
Ain't nothing wrong with that.
Yeah.
Corey says supposedly Steve left something for him. He's kind of worried about what it could be, but I guess he's going to find out.
Yeah.
Corey, you might be getting a strap on.
A slightly used melted penis pump.
Yeah, it could be that.
You know, if you really want your dick to kind of.
Yeah. All right, so you know what? Let's get into it. We've been on it for about an hour and a half, and I wanted to try to make tonight short, but God, we had some fun stuff tonight.
Yeah.
Let's get into some final thoughts. So, Chris, what do you got?
Well, too much, dude. I mean, my brain is going 1,000,001 miles a minute over just so much going on, and I actually just noticed earlier I signed into the thing so I could comment on something, and sure as shit, with just a few minutes left, I noticed I could stream this to my platforms by clicking a little link right there.
Yep.
Now we're at the end.
Well,
That's nice to know for next time.
Yep, next time, Chris. Next time.
But yeah, like I said earlier, folks, I'm super excited for Freaky Friday bike night at Island Cycle Works tomorrow, Thursday at the county fair, and just being able to do more events and stuff, and yeah, as usual, support local, your mom and pop shop, your local businesses, your local coffee shop. Forget Starbucks, forget Dunkin' Donuts. Find something locally owned. Every town has one.
I like Mojo.
And I like Lethal Latte in Powderly, Kentucky, dude. That place is awesome, and it's got a complete rock and roll vibe to the whole place.
In Taylorville, it's the coffee tin. They serve it out of an Airstream.
Oh, fuck yeah.
Yeah.
Right.
Lethal Latte actually started as a trailer, and it got such a cult following in the air. They actually have a store now, and they're getting ready to throw their second trailer on the road. TJ, where do you get your local coffee from?
Poor Corey. Jeff says that the gift for Corey is an asshole bleaching from Tyler.
Come on, TJ, what's your local independent coffee shop?
Mojo Coffee.
Mojo Coffee in
my
Texas.
Mojo, baby.
So yeah, like I said, folks, support independent, don't support the chain, mom and pop shops, good local independent coffee shops, independent music.
Definitely.
Dude,
Don't let the bands
Mojo
get-
Coffee actually just added one. They got a jalapeno coffee.
Lethal Latte has something like that, dude. like straight up. And I'll tell anyone, check them out. If you like metal, and if you ever listen to Raven Black, and she does not have nothing to do with this. It's just when I first walked in there, and the vibe of the place, the whole aesthetic, it really, like, I would love to see Raven Black put on a show at this coffee shop. It would just totally fit the metal vibe. Yeah, all kinds of good stuff. Like I said, folks, independent music, independent businesses, be kind to each other, love each other, spay and neuter your pets. That's my final thoughts.
Damn, I've got to neuter Tyler.
No, let Susan deal with that.
Adam, you got a final thought or 5?
I'm actually trying not to. There's so much going on at my house.
Right.
Between 6 kids between the ages of 2 and 14. My mom going into the hospital, like I said earlier in the show. There's a lot of stuff going on. So just to have this vent with friends, I really kind of needed that. So be thankful for your friends, folks.
All right, so everybody remember, we're going to start the collection. Neuter Tyler. I'm kidding. Tyler will listen to this.
Are you sure you're kidding?
Tyler will listen.
Why don't we start a collection? I'm sure there's a way we could get the government to pay for it.
Tyler will listen to this and then call me in the morning and go, "You motherfucker, really?"
It's going to be one of those. It's a joke unless you say yes.
I am actually, yes, I am really kidding. No, we're not going to neuter Tyler this year.
So maybe next year, okay?
We'll see what happens for 27. All right, of course, if you're trying to get the heavy metal vibe, jam your brain all the way out of your ear and have a good time, Asgard Radio is a place for you. Drop in, check out what Chris and the gang are doing. You want some party cats, you want to lay back, good community, maybe not as heavy. Hey, check us out at Southern Fried Radio.
I remember, we're not just heavy metal. We're all genres of rock and metal.
We're all genres. Like, I could be playing Willie 1 minute, Eminem the next, and then flip, it doesn't matter. I'm going to play whatever. Jeff says he's going to go ahead and get it set up for Tyler to be neutered, and he's going to use Steve's GoFundMe account to make it happen.
Well, normally on Memorial Day, 4th of July, and Veterans Day, our format switches over. I switched the format over to Freedom, which will include Toby Keith, Merle Haggard, Willie Nelson, all the good old boy, proud to be an American, support your troop music.
So that answers Corey's question.
That answers Corey's question, yes.
Yeah.
And then on Mother's Day, I switched the format, Motown for the Mamas. Bunch of old Smokey Robinson, Marvin Gaye, Aretha, Jackson 5.
Luther Vandross.
Luther Vandross, Barry White. A little bit of Sexual Chocolate.
There you go.
Prince.
Queen's Own, baby. Or Watts' own Sexual Chocolate.
Yeah, anyway. But that's all the time we've got for tonight. Remember, next week I am on vacation.
No.
I'm out of here. So no Sunday show, no Thursday show. We will be back on the 14th. Live and in living color.
On Father's Day? We're going to be back Father's Day?
I'm going to have Riley here. He loves to annoy all of us while we're trying to do the show.
Even better, it's a special Riley episode.
Yeah. Riley Texas as of the 14th, so we got to do it.
And we haven't seen him since he went back to Illinois last fall.
Yeah, pretty much. Now his hair's even longer, dude. He's like trying to look like Ozzy.
Right on.
And he's got the glasses.
Hell yeah. Well, like Corey said, man, safe travels. We'll see you when you get back, brother.
Yep. This time up, I'm not going to set anything up, but I will be taking some time off again at Christmas. And on the trip at Christmas, I'm probably going to stay in Springfield unless the old lady's out of Chicago by that point. But I will be working with Adam to set up just a time frame, and if people come over, great. If they don't, great. I'm not going to call it a meet and greet because
we will just happen to be somewhere. We'll let you guys know, and you can join us or not.
Well, I'm going to give the announcement of where I plan on being for at least the evening. If somebody wants to come in, say hi, have a drink, visit, whatever, cool. If you don't, you want to drive by, flip me off, just don't throw eggs at my car, And I might be driving a Suburban that weekend. I don't know.
If they throw eggs, it's going to be around Christmas time. They might freeze mid-flight.
Yeah. But we're looking into potentially getting everybody from the show together that's going to be around. And then if you guys listeners want to stop in at that point, that would be awesome too. We'd love to see you hang out, see what kind of trouble we could get into. Maybe shoot some pool, maybe play pin the tail on the Tyler. I don't know.
Who knows?
How about buy a beer and then flip it off? I guess. I don't know. You can do that too, Corey.
Yep.
But in the meantime, I will see all you guys on the 14th when we get back. Everybody take care. Happy Father's Day. Have a great week. And we'll see you then. Good night, everybody.
Good night, everybody.
Rock and roll, people.